Laura didn't ask where I was. She didn't call. She didn't send question marks or try to sound confused. She just sent 4 words. Don't go there first. I read it twice. Then a third time. Slower. Not don't go there. Not please don't go. Don't go there first. That one word changed everything. First, it meant she wasn't trying to stop me. She was trying to control the timing. And when someone wants to control when you see something, it usually means the version you're about to see matters more than the truth itself. I didn't reply, not because I was calm, but because I finally understood something about the last 24 hours. Laura wasn't reacting to me. She was anticipating me. And if that was true, then every second I gave her was a second she could use to adjust whatever she thought I was about to find. So I moved. I grabbed the envelope, my keys, and walked out the door without another word. The drive across the city felt longer than it should have. Not because of traffic. There wasn't much. But because when you're heading towards something you don't understand, every red light feels intentional. Every turn feels like you're stepping deeper into something already in motion. I kept thinking about her face the night before. That smirk. Not nervous. Not guilty. Confident. Like she had already finished a conversation I hadn't even started yet. That's not how someone acts when they're caught. That's how someone acts when they believe they're still in control. The industrial district came into view slowly. Low buildings. Long shadows. Minimal signage. Places that didn't advertise what they were. Places you only went if you already knew why. I found the street. Then the row of units. Then Bviertsin. No lights. No movement. Nothing that told me someone had spent an entire day inside. I didn't pull up to the door. I parked across the street instead. Engine off. And watched. Because rushing the answer is how you miss the truth. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. Still nothing. I started to wonder if she had already cleared everything out. If that message, "Don't go there first," had been just enough warning to give her time. Then a car turned the corner. Black sedan. It slowed slightly as it passed me, like the driver was checking something. Then it continued down the row and stopped a few units away. The engine stayed on for a second. Then off. The driver stepped out. Mid-30s. Clean. Calm. Not in a hurry. He didn't look around like someone who was lost. He didn't check his phone. He just walked. Straight toward B14. That alone told me this wasn't random. People who belong somewhere don't hesitate. And people who don't belong always do. He reached the door. Didn't knock. Didn't pause. Just entered a code. Quick. Accurate. Like he had done it before. The lock clicked. He stepped inside. Closed the door behind him. And just like that, the place that had looked empty 10 seconds ago wasn't empty anymore. I checked the time. 11:10 AM. If Laura had been there the day before, and this man had access now, then whatever this was, it wasn't a one-time thing. This was a system. I sat there for another minute, watching the door, waiting for something, anything, to confirm what I was seeing. Nothing happened. No voices. No movement. No sign anyone was inside. Which didn't make sense. Because someone was. I stepped out of the car, crossed the street slowly, not directly toward the door. I walked past it first, like I was just cutting through. Then I turned back, stood in front of B14, listened. Nothing. No footsteps. No conversation. No background noise. Just silence. A kind of silence that didn't feel empty. It felt contained, like whatever was happening inside wasn't meant to be heard. I looked at the keypad. Same model as in the document. Samavornkis. Semplacement. This was it. No doubt. My hand hovered for a second. Then I did the simplest thing. I knocked. One firm knock. Then waited. A few seconds passed. Then movement. Slow. Deliberate. The door opened just enough to reveal the man from before. He looked at me. Not surprised. Not defensive. Just aware. Like he had already considered this possibility. "Yes?" he said. I held his gaze. "I think you know why I'm here." There was a pause. Short. Measured. Then something happened that I wasn't expecting. He stepped back, opened the door wider, and said calmly, "Come in." No denial, no confusion, no wrong place. Just invitation. That was the moment everything shifted. Because if this had been an affair, he would have lied. If this had been something illegal, he would have shut the door. But he didn't, which meant this wasn't about hiding. This was about showing. I stepped inside, and the first thing I noticed was what wasn't there. No couch, no bed, no personal belongings, no signs of someone living here. Instead, table, equipment, tripods, cameras, stacks of documents, organized, precise, like a workspace, or something designed to look like one. I turned slowly, taking it all in. What is this? The man closed the door behind me, locked it, then leaned casually against one of the tables. She told me you might come early. That sentence hit harder than anything else. Not if, not maybe, might come early, which meant Laura hadn't just expected me. She had planned for me. I took a step forward. What is this place? He didn't answer right away. Instead, he walked to one of the tables and picked up a folder, opened it, turned it toward me. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. Then my brain caught up. Names, transactions, photos, records, my name, my accounts, my routines, my life, laid out like a file. Not messu, not random, structured, tracked, documented. My throat tightened. What is this? He watched me carefully. Not with hostility, not even with curiosity, with evaluation, like he was checking how much I understood. And how fast. She didn't want you to see it like this, he said. I looked up. What do you mean? He paused, then said, but now that you're here, I guess it doesn't matter. I felt something shift in my chest. Not panic, not anger, something colder. Because in that moment, I realized something I hadn't allowed myself to think before. This wasn't about Laura hiding something from me. This was about Laura building something, and whatever it was, I wasn't outside of it. I was in it. I looked back at the folder, at the details, at the precision. This wasn't something you throw together. This took time, planning, coordination, which meant one thing. It didn't start yesterday. It didn't start last week. It had been happening while I was still believing everything was normal. I swallowed slowly. What exactly has she been doing? The man straightened slightly. Not aggressive. Not threatening. Just ready. That depends, he said, on how much you actually want to know. I stared at him, because now there were only two options left. Walk out and pretend this could still be explained away, or stay and accept that whatever came next would change everything. Behind me, the locked door felt heavier than it should have. In front of me, the folder sat open, waiting, and somewhere in the middle of it all was my wife, the person I thought I understood, the person who had looked me in the eyes the night before and said, "You know." I didn't know, not yet, but I was about to. And something told me, once I did, there would be no going back. I thought I had caught my wife hiding something. I was wrong. She hadn't been hiding it. She had been building it. And somehow, I was the center of it.